I feel like my boyfriend's M27 female coworker, F30, is showing interest in him.
Hey guys, I'd just appreciate some thoughts from you guys on whether this female coworker might be interested in my BF, or if you think she might also just be a friend, because even he's confused. These are some things that happened. She sent him a text in the morning before work, after being off work for a few days, saying that she's excited they see each other again. She invites him to parties, with other colleagues though, but texts things like "I really wish you could come" when he says he can't join. She texted him and also asks him at work about relationship advice. She's in a relationship. She invited him to go for a drink or coffee after work. She randomly touched his hair, recent, only once, or pats his shoulder. She asked him what he likes in women and tried to get more out of him when he said he's all about personality and not looks as much. She comments on things he wears if they're new, or comments on his nice new hairstyle, when he hasn't even been to the hairdresser, embarrassed smiley face. She made him a small breakfast at work after he talked to her a bit over text the evening before when she was having issues with her boyfriend. I was okay with it because she seemed to need to talk to someone. So, most likely an innocent thank you gesture.
She recently playfully asked him if he will miss her as she was leaving work early. She told him that her boyfriend was great in bed. She asked him why he was with me. It most likely was just a genuine question and interest, but I'm also not at my skinniest at the moment and she's very attractive and skinny. I view the question negatively even though it probably wasn't. According to my BF, she also gave an envious look when he said things like "I amplify him and make him a better and happier person," etc. What do you think? TLDR, not sure if my boyfriend's female coworker hinting interest or not.
Edit. Thanks guys, and sorry if I'm not responding to all of you, but I'm reading all the comments. Helps so much. Edit. Just to clarify, my boyfriend doesn't entertain any of this. He doesn't even engage in inappropriate conversations, he just nods or shows that he's listening but doesn't reciprocate. The only thing that hasn't been done yet is talking to her about some stuff, simply because we felt a lot of this could also just being overly friendly.
Your boyfriend immediately relaying everything that happens back to you is a massive green flag. If you still feel secure in your relationship, I wouldn't be too worried. If she crosses a boundary and makes him uncomfortable, then ask him to confront her or take it to HR.
She is interested in him. But kudos to your boyfriend for relaying all of this to you. He needs to shut it down and keep it professional. Work chat only. No texting outside of work, etc. If she offers to make him food, it's a "no thank you, I ate." When she asks what he looks for in a girl, his response needs to be "you."
It's pretty clear she's after him. He really needs to shut it down.
She definitely has a work crush on him, but it's hard to tell if she actually is going after him seriously or just playing for the ego boost and out of boredom, etc. I've seen this before where the girl would never leave their primary relationship, but they like having a flirtation to break up the day with someone they find attractive. What she is doing is trashy and disrespectful, but until she crosses a line, I understand it is hard for him to ask her to back off. Maybe decide together what that line should look like, any boundaries you want to establish, etc. She asked him why he was with me. Some of the other things, standalone, were not as bothersome. But if she is trying to get him to question why he is with you is the biggest red flag on the list. Then when you add all of the other things to it, she is definitely into him as more than just a friend. Have an open dialogue with him about this and ask him if he thinks her behavior is inappropriate. Would he feel it was inappropriate if his guy friends did the same things? Maybe he is not a cheater, but her attention strokes his ego enough to not want to set boundaries. Let him know your feelings about this and how you feel it might be crossing the line for you. After reading your post, this is what my gut tells me. She's interested in him, but it's because she's attention and your boyfriend gives her not enough, so she is targeting him. The last point on your list especially tells, look how I'm better than your GF. Why aren't you fall all over me yet? Quote, she's not friendly. She's a snake.
Of course she is. This is not rocket science, people. She just want him to make the first move.
Long ago in college, my then BF was in a co-ed study group. I never had a problem with this because I trusted him and he was always respectful to me. He was not a flirt. About halfway through the semester, he starts talking about this girl in the group and how he feels like maybe she has a crush on him. He also started picking up a weird new mannerism. I believe it was him saying MMMK, which was out of character for him. I asked him if said girl says that and he thought about it and said yes. I got an immediate vibe that this girl did in fact like him. And maybe he did a little bit too. And I told I didn't care if he continued studying in the group. Just be aware, I'm pretty sure she likes you. One day she asks if he is coming to study and he shows up and it's just girl and her friend. Girl leaves. Her friend asks him if he liked said girl. He said no and told me about it. He stopped going to that study group. He was a solid guy. Anyway, point is, listen to your intuition, heart, gut.
Also, major red flag, she is having any kind of conversation with him regarding the bedroom. She's 30, not 18.
The silver lining to this situation. She thinks you're a great catch dating partner. And wants to feel what it's like for a guy to pick her over you so bad that she's out here acting a fool. That is a big ego boost for you. One tough part about this situation, though, the only one who can fix this is your man. He has to reject her advances and put up boundaries. Out of respect for you. I've started dating guys who complained about barely getting any matches on apps our first few dates. That then are suddenly messaging multiple girls who hit them up on social media after posting a picture of us on a date out together. Those girls will always be out there. The way the guy reacts decides whether he gets to sink or swim wave. Your BF tells you he notices her envious looks when he talks about you. Yet you're both confused about what to do. He sees the envy. Why is he still her buddy? Time for you both to grow up and set clear boundaries. And your BF is completely open with all this? It's good that your boyfriend is open with you about this. But I do think he needs to shut this down and establish boundaries. It is clearly making you feel uncomfortable. And out of respect for you, he needs to establish that. Do you feel like your BF is entertaining the attention while he is communicating to you? Has he explicitly told her she needs to stop? I'm friends with coworkers and I don't send them texts every day about how excited I am to see them. Again, that's super clingy. I didn't have to read further than that. She's got a crush and isn't great at hiding it. This is obvious. She is into him. Now, is your boyfriend's job to put a stop to this. If he refused to do it for whatever reason, then you have a bigger problem. She's laying the groundwork thick up. When they bring up relationship problems, they're trying to get across they're not happy and interested in something else. It's a way to justify their upcoming advances. Kind of a warning that when they make the moves, it's okay. BC, we talked about how bad my relationship is. Your BF will have to be the one to start being business only. Polite but clear, he doesn't want to hang out with her. Talk positively about you. Insert you in conversations she insists on having. No thanks to gifts. Outside of work outings, etc. There's no maybe here. She's giving him opportunity to make a move. I know a snake when I see one. Why do you have to put the burden of setting boundaries on yourself when he's the one still communicating with her past work? If this were you in his shoes, wouldn't you just not respond for unrelated work text and flirting? Don't drive yourself crazy trying to unravel the situation. Focus on letting your boyfriend know what you see as flirting, entertaining, and cheat along with your boundaries and principles as to why you feel such ways. Oh yeah, she's interested and trying to encourage interest back. It's awesome that he's telling you immediately. Most of those things I would classify as just being as friend. However, a couple of those I would say are crossing the line of being a friendly coworker and showing interest.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.